Our final presenter is a late volunteer. We had invited Abdul Al Khalifa from Aramco in Saudi Arabia to present. He could not be here, and stepping in at the last minute, we have Guhan Prabhu from Aramco Americas, and he would like to make a very brief update on what's going on within Aramco in terms of open process automation. So, Guhan, please.
Thank you. And I can't eclipse the last two presentations. These guys have done so much hard work. So where are we? Obviously, we are still creating the test bed. We want a functioning OPA system for use in conducting experiments. Obviously, we want to do active R&D. So we essentially want to follow what ExxonMobil is doing and obviously leverage what they've done with the test bed and with their pilot plant. As Dave DeBarry showed, our goal is to essentially be on a plug-and-play environment and not on a plug-and-pray environment. So we're going to try to leverage as much of the work as possible. So where are we? We are obviously delayed. As you all probably know, we've had a very busy year. Saudi Aramco had an IPO, which eclipsed a lot of our expectations of how well an IPO can do. We've also worked on the acquisition of SABIC. The deal hasn't gone through completely, but where does that position us? We have a vision from our management that in 2030, we will be at a capacity to process 12 million barrels of crude. And that's on the crude side. And on the chemical side, we are targeting something about 95 million tons. And so based on that, we have been challenged to think outside the box. And as our CEO says, if the box is not large enough, if you can't think out of the box, make the box larger. So why do we endorse the OPA? It's primarily because we need to retain our competitive advantage. When we are going to be operating in areas where no company has operated before, uptime, reliability, innovation, all that to sustain our competitive advantage is very vital. So in short, we endorse this. We're going to follow this as closely as we can, and we're going to try to contribute as much as we can towards the OPA forum. Why are we delayed, right? In full disclosure, we did not work on the IPO, so we cannot blame that, okay? So I'm withdrawing from that statement. But we did plan to have a test bed. We've had some challenges. And the challenges are not related to resources or different time zones. So we have resources in Kingdom, we have resources in Europe, and obviously we are in Americas. Our biggest constraints that we've noticed as a team of engineers working on this is A, we have 24 hours in the day, and we can't change that. And B, we can't function without enough sleep. So with our Vision 2030 targets that we have, we've been pulled off on multiple little projects, and we just don't have enough time and resources to do this. So we're regrouping, we're trying to work this out. We're going to go ahead with this. We are still planning on using an independent system integrator to develop our test bed and work on the demo system. So we're trying to maintain the spirit of the OPA as much as we can. We do have over-constrained resources, as I said. And the last thing is, we have a concept called Activa, which was, again, it's our in-kingdom total value addition concept. So we have to try to resource both, the materials, everything, including manpower from within the kingdom as much as possible. We are challenged with that substantially. We do not have the required expertise as we have in America to, proceed with this as well as ExxonMobil has done. So we do have some challenges, but I think we've been asked to look at that as opportunities, and we are going to do our best and work with everybody else, with the collaboration partners, and try to contribute as much as we can. So my message is very simple. I'm a last-minute addition. I Didn't have a great slide deck prepared, as you can tell. There's a few typos here and there, so I apologize for that. But we endorse the OPA, and we've been a very early member of the OPA forum, and we are still, Saudi Aramco is still committed to this effort, and we continue to work on that. So I'm going to stop here before I say anything else that will incriminate me. So, but thank you all for your time.